cue the Halloween song. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. October's here. Welcome to this rendition of 5 home maintenance tips for desert living, October edition. This is going to be a video that's primarily themed around dust, wind, and window preparation. If you're new here, my name is Sabrina Riccio. I am a shamanic brand strategist and a real estate agent in the Palm Springs, Coachella Valley area, guiding real estate agents and sovereign leaders alike to activate their legacy and helping being that catalyst for buyers and sellers to guide them home. So if you are new here, make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. This can really help the channel grow. And if you, again, have a friend, share this video out there. Before I dive in, there's also a printable checklist of this home maintenance guide that I am sharing. You can check the description below. Not only will you get October, but you will get access to the entire year in this really beautiful checklist that I've created. And let's really take care of your house. So I love October in the desert. So does everyone else. We all know that season is picking up, which is a great opportunity for especially sellers. And we've had a very interesting market here in 2025, but this is season. This is like the go-to time to invest and sell in real estate. And so with October being here, we're ready to experience cooler nights and shifting winds and longer nights. And, you know, there can also be these powerful gusts of wind from the Santa Ana winds that we also need to be mindful of with the outdoor plants, palm tree, palm fronds landing on the house, what have you. So this is really the best time for you to enforce your home boundaries, keeping the dust out and really keeping the warmth in, and just what I like to call ambiance patrol, keeping your home in this cozy vibe. So this is the month that your home gets to have its shield up moment for the season. Am I right? We're really getting ready for cooler nights with autumn and slowly but surely approaching the winter months. So let's dive in and talk about the 5 tips that I recommend as a desert native to really take care of your sacred sanctuary we call home. The first thing I would say is to make sure that you're sealing all of the windows and doors before these winds arrive. So if you haven't experienced it yet, PSA, these Santa Ana winds are no joke. They bring fine desert dust that really is just like allergies and all over the furniture. You have these sneaky pests that also come in from the Santa Ana winds. And so when you think ahead and plan ahead and really create a tight seal around your home, this will help maintain clean air and with consistent temperatures as you have your air on. Maybe you're still a little warm and you have the AC on, or maybe you're starting to keep your temperature a little warmer. And I don't know how you are, but let's make sure we have consistent temps inside and that your HVAC is running efficiently. So the first major thing I would say about sealing your windows and doors is to really inspect and replace weather stripping. So this is especially important around your windows and your doors, especially if you have sliding glass doors like I have, or even older frames where there's more wear and tear because you're opening and closing and opening and closing and opening and closing. So the key here is to look for cracks, look for gaps, brittle foam that has lost its seal, and just replace that. These tips are here to help maintain the strength and I guess you can say the health of your house. Next, I would also say to use a smoke pencil or an incense stick, or even light a candle to detect any air leaks that they may be. So my key or my suggestion would be to hold it near edges and watch the smoke by your windows and doors. If it dances or drifts, it's time to reseal those entry points with chalk or new stripping. And, especially incense, which I love to burn, it can help have an opportunity to just have the house smell good for a little bit. Next, I would say clean your windows and your screens. The heat is real, and so is the wind. And I'm sure your windows have likely taken a beating all summer long from the sun and the sand and the sprinklers. And so a good fall refresh really just brings back clarity and curb appeal. Again, I've shared this in previous videos, like our water is so hard in the desert, and if you have sprinklers hitting your screens, there may be calcium buildup, and that's also going to prevent the airflow. And I don't know about you, but my favorite thing about fall is having all my windows and doors open with the screens closed and just having this fresh air come into my house. And so I want to make sure that the air that's coming through is, I guess you can say, getting filtered through the screens clean. And so my suggestion would be to really use a gentle streak-free cleaner or a vinegar solution to scrub away any mineral deposits that may be on your screens or windows, any UV haze, layered dust from both sides of the glass, right? Not the inner and the outer. And make sure you're also cleaning the sliding door tracks, because a lot of buildup and debris can also be built up there from the winds that from throughout the year. Next, I would say to remove and rinse the screens thoroughly. So you can use a hose, you can get a power washer on Amazon if you want, and just really use a soft brush to eliminate, again, any trapped dust, pollen, calcium buildup. Let it dry fully before installing so that you can avoid mold and warping. No one wants to breathe that in, am I right? And because we're starting to get into the cooler months, my next tip would be to really prep your fireplaces and any outdoor fire features that you may have. I love getting cozy by the fireplace, inside and outside, by the fire pit, inside. And this is just really the perfect opportunity. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, to really get your indoor outdoor fire features ready for action with safety. We want to make sure we're prepared, especially if you have kids. Being safe is not negotiable. Maybe you need to schedule a chimney sweep. If you haven't had one in the past year, that can help remove soot. Creosote, which is the desert wildflower that makes the desert rain smell. My house was actually called the creosote casita because I have so much creosote on my property, and it's my favorite wildflower. The potential blockages that can be stuck in your chimney, to just really ensure that your fireplace is safe and it operates efficiently before you're using it more often. Next, I would say to make sure you're checking and you're testing outdoor gas fire pits, patio heaters, and fireplaces to make sure that the fuel sources are full, that there aren't any leaks, that the pilot lights are igniting, and just that you have overall safety features like covers and caps, that they're all intact. Again, I grew up with a chef, and so my dad with his outdoor kitchen, we were always making sure the pilot lights and the gas leaks and all those things, those were always things that we checked growing up. And I just want to make sure that all of your spaces are filled. Maybe you also need to replace, if you have like your barbecue or you have a fire pit that runs on a propane tank, check your propane tanks. Maybe you need to replace that or get a refill as well. Next, I would say for the ultimate home maintenance would be to really trim your trees and to check your roof to make sure that there isn't any debris from the Santa Ana winds, from the summer, what have you. These winds that we find in October from the Santa Ana winds can really wreak havoc if there's branches and palm fronds or roof debris that has been left unchecked. And a little trim here and there, especially if you have branches sitting on your roof, that's going to prevent expensive damage later. And you don't want these critters climbing up the branches of these trees that are going on your roof that can then go into your attic, your chimney, what have you, by the lines of your solar. There can be a lot of issues. So it's really important to make sure that you're trimming your trees this October. Prune back those trees, the palms, overgrown shrubs. Again, especially anything hanging over your roof, over your solar panels, near power lines. We don't want to start a fire. And with the solar panels, we want to make sure we're producing as much energy as we can as well. And the key is to just really make sure you're clearing a wide zone around your home's perimeter for safety. It's also important for you to inspect your roof, especially for vulnerable areas. So look around cracked tiles, if there's worn flashing or block scrubbers. Like, you need to pay extra attention to the valleys and the edges where sand and leaves can really accumulate and water might pool as well. Again, we don't want mold and we don't want there to be water damage that can also cause stains on your roof and on your ceiling inside. Let's be proactive there. Finally, I would say make the time to really clear your vents and your baseboards. And if you haven't already, replace your filters. This isn't just air filters. You may need to also replace your water filters as well. Again, we have so much calcium built here in the desert, and so we want to make sure we're drinking clean, healthy water. Fine desert dust can really get kicked up during the Santa Ana wind season, and it really settles into the quietest corners of your home. So spend a weekend of just going deep, or hire someone, and deep cleaning now really is going to improve the air quality and the overall comfort of your home. Vacuum those baseboards, those floor vents, clean the ceiling fan blades, and go behind any larger furniture or appliances where dust tends to gather unseen. And make sure you're also swapping out the HVAC filters again, especially if you're transitioning into heating mode, because when you have a clean filter, that means better airflow, which also means less dust you're breathing in and reduce strain on your system. So there you have it. These are my 5 tips to take care of your desert home. Again, if you want the printable checklist that you can print out and just check, visit the description below and you can get that free download. If you are ready to invest or sell in the Southern California area, especially in the Coachella Valley, Joshua Tree area, feel free to reach out. I have a link also in the description for you to schedule a 30-minute consultation where we can talk a little bit more about what you're looking for and just a little bit more about your timeline, your goals, and the type of house that you're ready to call in or the house you're ready to sell. Again, my name's Sabrina Riccio, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.